All right, guys, welcome on how to upgrade your command website. So hopefully you see this page. Now from here, if you scroll down, you're going to see the subdomain right here. You are then going to see your app URL. So your app and your website are connected, right? Just like if you have the Zillow app and the Zillow website, if you create an account, it's the same account on either. If you favorite a house on one, it'll automatically show up on the other one. Right here is also your team links. So we're not going to be going over how to build a team website today, but you can now have the customization to build a team website if you run a team. Now, if you scroll down, you have a few other options here. If you want Keller home loans enabled on your app, if you want, let's say you work with Silverline, you can go in here and actually disable that so that they don't market Keller home loans to your customers.
Sorry, can you add your own lender or your own people on there yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you can do that in the About Me page under vendors. Display color covered. This is basically the insurance. So if you want to use Jose or whatever, you can disable that. And then disable neighborhoods on my agent sites. You can enable or disable that. The last thing you can do on this page is forced registration. So forced registration means if I clicked on this one right here, if they looked at two properties, when they clicked to view the third property, it would then ask them for their information, and it would refuse them from looking at any other homes on your website unless they filled out that information, right? A lot of agents love that. I personally don't like that. As you can see, I have mine as unrestricted. I send people from my family and friends and everybody onto this website, and I don't want them to have to put in their information after looking at two houses. Now, if you were using this website only for lead generation, like let's say you were running a bunch of Facebook ads and you pushed everybody here, that might be wise to do. But then again, in my opinion, most people at that point will probably just leave and go over to another site, right? That rhymes with billing.
What is the display neighborhoods on my site?
This right here.
Yeah.
Displaying neighborhoods will hide all the neighborhoods on your branded website. So you know when you go into like the My Monthly neighborhoods, and you can see all those next door neighborhoods, this either enables or disables them from seeing that on here. So
sorry, I don't know what that is exactly. Is that something that we should have on there or not?
good question. I personally don't like it because it kind of looks crazy. Let me show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and enable it on my website, and then we'll go check out Novi. So we'll go search Novi, Michigan, and you'll be able to see, as long as it's updated, it might take a second to update, but you should see then all of these little neighborhoods popping up, just like you do on My Monthly neighborhood, just like this. Do you see all these? So this is what that either enables or disables out.
If it's not on there, you still see everything they should have in neighborhood.
So I may not.
Exactly.
I mean, if
And I know that it's not accurate. Yep, because these are drawn by the homeowners, and homeowners don't always know. Like, for example, this is not part of this neighborhood up here. I just know that, right? And it's different from this neighborhood. But some homeowner did it. Now, some neighborhoods are drawn perfectly. Some are great, some are horrible. So it really kind of depends. That's why I did on mine have those turned off. I had those disabled. So, and then I like, again, highly recommend unrestricted there. Okay, so now let's go into the website. So go ahead and click right here where it says edit my website. And that's going to open up a page like this. Question, John?
save changes first or no?
Let me see. If you've changed anything, yes, click save changes. Right here.
It's under each.
Maybe you didn't change anything.
I did make changes.
Oh, let me check that out real quick.
That wasn't changed. I changed all these to. What is that?
That is a support request. I would recommend submitting a support request. Yeah, that's really weird. There's just literally no save changes button on all three of them. That's weird. Yeah, submit a support request and they'll have something over to you. So once you click that edit my website button, this is what pops up. So the first thing that we want to do, that we can do, is we can update our homepage. So let's go over to our homepage and see what that looks like. And you can see on my homepage, there's 4 different sections. This is section number 1. This featured properties is section number 2. Featured testimonials is number 3. And then my blog is section number 4. So if you go back to this page and then click right here where it says homepage, it will then pop up, as you can see, those same 4 sections. Do you see how we have these 4 sections? Listing search module, featured properties, featured testimonials, and my blog. So first, let's go over number 1. And you can see we can put a title and images. So the title is this right here. Let's find your dream home. Let's go ahead and change that. I'm going to change that to love where you live. Okay. And then these images down here are the hero images for our website. I'm going to leave them for now, but you can go ahead and change them. Yeah.
Change them?
The text?
Yeah.
I'm under the first section here. So once I'm into home pages. Yep. Say that again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Why does it say wanna? Do we not say want to anymore in this world?
Where do you
It's
see
not
that?
important. Right above it, it says wanna make changes.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yep. That's the KW Tech team.
How old are they?
Probably like 20, probably younger than me.
I realized that like apparently like something with the way that I talk, I don't know if there's a Michigan accent, I don't believe it, but when I'm like voice texting, it goes to want, like, however, it's like.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So once you get those 2, you can then click save. So now it just saved it. Now we can go back to our website. I'm gonna move this so I can refresh it. We might have to give it a minute, but this will then change to love where you live probably within the next 5 minutes or so. Then these images down here are the images that I have. So all I have to do is I can edit them if I want, or upload new ones right here. There's a grid or a list view. I
And where are
guess.
you getting the images from?
Great question. You can use stock images from anywhere that you want. You can hire a photographer to take, photos of different cities or neighborhoods if you want. You could use personal headshots or like team shots. You could hire a graphic designer to kind of create a completely custom graphic design. Or you can use the stock photos in Designs and Command. They have tens of thousands of stock images you could
So
use.
we love the photo number listed, so we shouldn't use that.
You can absolutely use that. Yep, not a bad idea at all. All right, so any questions on this very top module? It's pretty straightforward, just the name and the image behind the start of your website.
Are these are carousel?
Yes, it'll scroll through them as in a carousel. All right, so now let's move on to the second feature. Second feature is featured properties. If you click on that, you have the option 1 to just hide this. So let's just say you don't want to feature any properties, just go ahead and hide this section and it'll go away. Now you probably want to display it. From there, you then get to select what the title and description are. So the title is these words right here, featured property, and the description are these words right here. So again, you can customize those to whatever. You could say something like my listings or check out these great properties or whatever you want to say, you can put it right there. Then as far as add listings, you can do a basic search. Don't recommend that. I recommend doing a dynamic search. That means you basically get to create like a pre-MLS search and any of those homes will then search in here. So click dynamic search. You then get to put a location. So I put Novi, Michigan. And then I put a search radius of 1 mile. So now I know any property on my website isn't going to be more than a mile outside of Novi. Then I can set the number that I want to display. I put 10. And then this is the way that we can actually sort. So you can sort by newest to oldest, right? Which means that basically every time you refresh your website is probably going to be a brand new house, right? You could do oldest to newest. I don't know why you would want to do that. You could do price low to high to low to high, whatever you want to work with. I recommend just thinking about, the ideal customer that you want to attract, right? Yeah.
On the city though, can you put 2 cities or only 1?
That's a great question.
It's like, if you like, let's say you like Plymouth Canton, but I don't really want to do Westland. Right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and try. So I can do Novi, we can do our office. Yeah, let's do Canton, Michigan. Canton, Michigan. Only 1. Yep, you can only do 1 at a time. Oh, that's cool. And it just automatically selects the office if that's what you want. Now, do you see where it says filter listings at the bottom? This is where it gets really cool. So we filtered by location and number, but now we can even get more specific. Let's say that we only work with condos. Guess what? You can only show condos or only show houses or only lots or only multifamily. You then get to select the list. Maybe you only want coming soons. Maybe instead of featured listings, you just say coming soon properties on your homepage, and then you just filter it to all the coming soon properties. That's really not a bad idea. You can filter it by bedrooms, bathrooms, home size, square footage, and price, minimum and maximum. So if you say, okay, I really want to work in luxury, I only want houses between $1 million and 2.5, you can specify that. If you like working in 150 to 250 in Canton, you can make sure that only those properties are shown. The other things, you can add keywords. So let's say that you work with investors, you can add a keyword. Let's say needs work. And then we can add that as a keyword, right? Or what are some of the keywords that investors use? Competitive pricing. Yeah. Motivated seller, right? Things like that. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, needs TLC, boom, that's a perfect one. So if you were working with only investors, you could do things like that. That way on your home screen, it's going to be properties that actually need work. Now, the other cool part, let's say you're like, well, I don't want to search for many of the listings. I have 5 listings and I just want those 5 listings featured. What you do is click this button right here, feature listings, and then you get to go search by the address and then lock that address in as a featured property. So let's go find them. Does anybody have a listing available right now? What's the address?
48173. Covington Court.
We got Gordon.
Oh, sorry,
48173.
320. Say it again, I'm sorry.
48173.
No, I'm sorry, the whole address.
48173.
Oh, I'm sorry, 48173. Sounded like a zip code.
Covington Court. Canton.
Covington Court.
Doesn't usually come up to you, but Canton.
All right, if you scroll, it's right there at the bottom. All right, so now we can save that, and then we would guarantee that one of these is automatically then going to be that listing. And now here's the cool part. If that goes pending, as long as you've set this right, down here, it'll only do it if it's active and coming soon,
And you put that just under the location center for me?
under featured listings. Say that again.
On my listing, but it still shows. Now, when I went to my website, I was surprised it sold, but it still shows there.
So you put in a featured listing here and it sold and it didn't take it off.
Yeah,
If you scroll down here to listing status, do you have any of these
I
checked?
have active and coming soon. That's the.
Interesting. Okay, so take back what I just said.
It's not what I was like, why is it still there?
I was told that it would be removed, but just assume in the meantime that it's not. It's obviously a feature that's coming, but just assume that it's not going to be. So when it sells or pens, you're gonna want to go in there and remove it then.
So Trevor.
Yeah.
If you have a specific address, then. Is that trumps to what you have up above?
Exactly, 100%. This will trump and that will make sure that Covington stays
When
there.
it does go pending, it automatically defaults back to what you have above, or you have to come in here and take that address out?
It will automatically default to what you have, but what we just found out is that it's not gonna, once it goes pending or sold, it's not gonna be removed. It'll stay on there.
No,
It's
but
obviously a
but
feature.
when the thought or the process, that's where it's supposed to.
Yes.
Go back to
Yep. And then it'll show 10, so the other 9 will continue to be that.
So you just need to go and take it off, so.
Yep. And I'll let you guys know when that's updated. Okay, anything else on the featured properties?
No, but I like this so far.
Beautiful. Now let's go down to testimonials. So if you click featured testimonials, you have the same functionality here just to hide testimonials in case you've never had any. Here you can also change the title and the description for this. So as we go back to the website, you can see we can change this title here. You could say people who loved working with me or whatever. And then there's another description below just like that you can write, but there's nothing there currently.
So you're copying and pasting though, there's not a link.
I'm going to show you how to add a testimonial in just a second here. Yep. And you can do both. You can create a link or also, I prefer just to put them in myself. Here's why. If you look at like Zillow and Google and Yelp, the customer has to go actually enter that. Like they want their Google account or their Zillow account to link that to. On your website, they don't ask for any of that. So to make it easier on my clients, I only have them review me on the ones that I can't kind of put that review for them. And then I just copy and paste them to my website. Once you get to like 20, because it only shows 9 testimonials at a time. So once you take your 9 best testimonials and just leave it at that. So then we have an option here. So we can actually filter and control which testimonials are being seen. So if you don't do anything, you don't have to do anything. If you just add in a testimonial, it'll show up on your homepage. That easy, nothing has to do. But if you say, let's say you want this testimonial, it's so good, you want to make sure that every time somebody comes, it's a featured testimonial. Here's how you do that. You're going to click right here where it says featured testimonial. And then it's just going to show you all your testimonials right here. So all you're going to do is click one that you want. Let's say we want Crystals and Roosevelt's, boom, that's it. And then we can drag that to wherever we want in the actual search. So if we want that one, number 1, number 2, number 3. So technically, if you set all 9, there'll be no variations. You'll decide all 9. You could also say like, show these 3 first, and then I don't care how you show the other 6. Does that all make sense?
Have you added on?
I'll show you this in just a minute.
Justin, you have to use real people.
I do.
I mean,
Trevor never said that.
technically you don't have to. It just helps. All right. So that is the featured testimonial list. Any questions on that? Sweet. Now, this is how we feature our blogs. So if we go back to the website, you can see what our blog looks like on the homepage. You have a lot of real estate for your first blog, right? And you get to decide which one this gets. And then just remember the other 3 get a lot less real estate. Okay, so now,
Or they always gonna be the same.
yeah, it's for KW created these 4 for you so that your website has at least some content. And then it's your goal to go in there and update any future blogs.
We have the right block now.
You don't have to, but you can. You have the right to.
So I have a service that does those, my blogs for me.
Yeah, like if you have keeping current matters or any of
Keeping
these.
Current matters, and it's gone now. It used to be in the drop down where they could go to my blog.
Yep.
How do I embed that again?
So great question. I'm not sure you can easily embed it. You'll have to copy and paste each blog over here.
Oh, that sucks because it automatically links it and I don't have to do anything.
Yep. Yeah, you have to copy and paste because it wants you to be the author of this content. Yeah. So here is your option to hide it. If you don't want to display the blogs, feel free to hide it there. Same thing as the other ones. You get a title and a description to explain your blog. And then here is where you're going to feature them. So don't worry about that. You're just going to put in your blogs post. This has it newest date published. So if you don't give it any featured, it's just going to do the newest one first. So as you publish a new one, that'll automatically come up here, and then all of these will be shifted over. Now, let's say you write a new blog, but you don't want them to change and you want this same order to stay, or you want a new order to stay. How you're going to do that? Oh, and by the way, you can limit it. You can have up to 4 blogs, but you only need to have 1. So if you just want that one main blog, you can do that. If you want 2, 3, or 4, 4 is just the max that you can have. So what you're going to do is you're then going to click featured items at the bottom here. And then pretty straightforward, it's going to show you all of your blogs. Here are your blogs. So now you're just going to select a blog. We'll do first time home buyer. And then I think you have to exit out of here. Yep. And then we're going to add another one. And then part 2, we can add it like this. Just click part 2 and it shows up. And then we'll add another section and we can do part 3 of this. And then lastly, we can do part 4. So as you guys can see, you get to decide what's that first main blog and then what the other 3 blogs are on your home screen. You can also move them around however you choose there. Cool. I'm going to also show you how to add a blog and a testimonial here in just a second.
And one big question I have, only
Yeah.
because I don't like going backwards in technology. It's kind of like
Sure.
going from real comp to flex.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out. I now remember.
That's the user
I
problem.
was gonna say, you got Doug here in the room.
Well, we won't need to get into that. I already talked to support over there and it's not, they don't have the data that, we lost all of our data, so it's a mess.
We did lose a lot of data.
Yeah, I'm part of NACPOR as of 9:30 this morning.
Yep. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, so anyway, but on this, I did have my website customized to the point of I had mortgage calculators on there, I had tax calculators on there.
Yep, all
Is there a
possible.
way to create those pages again?
100%. That's what we're going into today. Yep. Great question.
I'm like.
Of course.
Very behind right now, because I realized I had never even upgraded my site, so I was trying to do that.
That's fair.
So I just tried to put in my subdomain and we can try, and now it's saying that my page, I can't change it back to HeidiWilson.kw.com, and it's saying that it's like not a valid anything, so I probably do need some assistance.
Yeah, let's what, so you shifted it to another domain and then wanted to go back to that subdomain?
Yeah,
It's probably still realizing that you're holding that, so it's not letting you take it from yourself.
oh, okay.
So you might just have to give it a few minutes, let that actually clear and free up and then
Or if I just want to go
reserve
back
it.
to Heidi Wilson Homes, is there a way, or Heidi Wilson, is there a way to do that or not really?
Yes, you should, you can go right back to, so click your consumer tab. And then you can change this, like I could change this to, Trevor Clements if I wanted. And then I could click save changes, but then that opens up Live and Love Michigan for anybody to then go reserve.
Okay, I have another website that's already under Heidi Wilson Homes, so that's probably why.
But Heidi,
No, this will be different because it's technically .kw. So this is just a URL within KW.
Change that to HeidiWilsonHomes.kw.com, and then
Yep.
he does a link to your website.
Yeah, because then you'll forward Heidi Wilson Homes, you have it on GoDaddy. You'll just click forwarding and then put in HeidiWilsonHomes.kw.com. And then it'll shift over there.
And I can still keep HeidiWilsonHomes.com as a separate thing. from my
Exactly.
business.
Yep, exactly.
But this way, if you decide to make them, they'll look similar to the person going.
Exactly. Just that K.KW will pop up in the middle. Yep. Cool. Any other quick questions before we move on? Very cool. Okay, so now we're back on this page. We finished the blogs. We finished everything on the actual homepage. Now let's go back to our dashboard. Okay, so now, let me move this. I want to show you guys how to create testimonials, blogs, and then we'll get into how to create custom pages. So what you're going to do is click this little plus button right at the top in the middle. If you click that, you will see, if you scroll down, a testimonial right here. You will also see right here, blog post. That's what you're going to do to obviously get those two. So let's do a testimonial first. So click this and then click testimonial, and that will open up this page. So this is why I do it on my own, because guess what? You get to go in here and do it. I can say, well, they gave me 5 stars. I then go to Zillow. I will then copy and paste that review right into here from Zillow. I then get to put in their first name, their last name, when they were a client since, the city, state, zip code. Not all of this was required, but then do you guys see this right here? You want to make sure that you select that. That says recommended. That means the review actually recommends us. So meaning if it doesn't click recommended, KW will not show it on your website if they don't recommend you. Does that make sense? So recommended means you want to show the public that testimonial. So if somebody writes a horrible testimonial, just make it unrecommended. Okay,
So
so
put them in, so why would it is anyway?
exactly, you're putting them in anyway, so just don't put it in. So, but make sure that when you are putting them in, you're actually clicking recommended, or else they then won't go to the website. So all you're gonna do there is click publish. Once you click this publish button, it'll be created. It'll then be available automatically on your website. If you do that and go to your website here, you'll automatically see one testimonial. If you add in your second, it'll just randomly bring up that second one. You can then continue to add them, and then once you get enough, you can go back like I just showed you and then decide which ones that you want to feature. Cool? Any questions on testimonials? And I'm not sure, is there anybody online asking questions?
You would see it in the chat, Trevor.
Just so you guys know online, I don't watch the chat at all.
All right,
So if you
well, we'll
have a
unmute.
question, yeah, just shout out to me, okay? All right, so now let's create a blog. So we're gonna click that same plus button at the top, then we're gonna click blog post. Now you can see, first is the headline. This is of course going to be the headline for the blog. This is going to be the sub headline. The hero is the image. So this is gonna be the image that you actually import to be the hero image that you see right here. So you can decide on the image there. You're then gonna scroll down and this is the whole body of the thing. Now, one thing that's really cool is you can do pretty much anything that you want within here. You can add links. So if you click this button right here, you can add an external link. All you do is throw the link right there and give it a button. Here's what you want to do. You actually go external and then put the URL right there. Yeah,
If you're adding or uploading your own photo or image for there, do you have to worry about the size? and whatnot?
great question. You will have to worry about size. You will just, if you use the designs in command and you use the wide version, that will work. I know.
But so do you have to pay attention to if it's your first one, because that one's wide and then the other ones, they're smaller, or does that matter?
That shouldn't matter. Yep, it should all format right. Yep. All right, then you can click format. These are for kind of your more advanced blog users. You can write H2 and HR tags. Those are basically headers. You can embed other HTML. That's pretty cool. So you can actually build HTML, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and then import that into a blog. It's kind of crazy. This right here is a quote. This is one of my coolest
Trevor?
things. So yeah,
So when you build the HTML in there, say you do a newsletter on a normal, could you also put that here?
I'm sorry, say the question one more time.
So say that you have an HTML you use for a newsletter that goes out, would you be able to put it here as well?
It would depend, yes, you can fundamentally. Whether you would want to or not would depend on the content, but yes, you absolutely could.
Yeah, I mean, just certain parts of it probably.
Yep, 100%. So
Okay.
let's click on this, pull a quote. This is one of my coolest things. If you click this, you can then write a quote, right? And then who it was attributed to, John Adams will say, and then look what it does. It actually does a really cool. You can't actually see it here, but when it publishes, it puts it in a really cool block where it makes it really bold with the quotes in it, just like you would see kind of in a normal blog. You can also pull in. Okay. I don't know, this is acting weird. Okay, you can then pull in a gallery of images, a list, a video playlist. You can add an ad, or here you can embed HTML as well. I have no idea what a localized field is. This is for certain like graphs that you want to use. If you ever wanted to use like a table, this could be really good for market stats on an area. And that's pretty much the really cool things. The video, the link, and the quote embed are my absolute favorite. Yeah.
So I can go into, for instance, for my mortgage calculator, go to the custom page and then put the name. And then just-
You're gonna want to do that in a custom page, not in a blog. So we're finishing up a blog real quick.
Right, so I can go to the custom page.
Yep, I'm gonna do that in just a second. All right, so once you do that, you're then gonna click publish. Yep, you can click publish and that'll create it. I'm not gonna go ahead and create the blog right now, but that's how to create the blog. All right, now let's go back to dashboard. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the really fun part, the part that they just released. They all released all of that like 3 months ago. The part that they just released of getting, do you have a question?
Sorry.
Yeah.
On the blog part.
Yeah.
I started doing that back in like September and August.
Yeah.
I do a monthly newsletter and I just took the same thing I put my newsletter and slapped it on the blog. Like, why did it work twice?
Yep.
The little hiccup that I came up on, and I haven't tried it since, was uploading like a photo
Okay.
to go with the blog, and it wouldn't resize them, like it would crop it out. Did you just bring it up?
Yep,
Yeah,
just ask that.
oh, it's gonna be my fault.
So is there a solution or no?
So was it the main image or was it an image within the blog? The main image?
You just need to find out what size it's supposed to be and then.
Okay.
Make sure it's that size. I had at one point like a cheat sheet of what size images, what size things.
Sorry.
That's a great question. I will ask that in the labs advisors chat and get back to you on that.
I just have a dumb question. How do we get back to where we just were if we don't want to post our?
If you click dashboard and then it'll say, do you want to save? And I just click leave. Yep, well, you click this little hamburger menu top left and then click dashboard. All right. Okay, so now let's get into creating some custom pages for your website. So now go ahead and click this little button at the top right or top middle. And then we're going to click custom page. Click custom page. Now you have the option to title that page. Title testing. You're going to give it an internal name. So this is what they'll see externally. This is what you'll see internally. Okay, then we want to click add module right here at the bottom. Once you click add module, you're then going to notice all of these different options. So this is a rich text module, which is basically a form of code, bless you. This is a testimonial carousel, which we already can see that on the home screen, but if you wanted to put that on any other page, you can easily do that as well. You can add a video module. So if you just wanted a page where it features a video or a gallery of videos, here's how you're going to do that. But here, oh, and then Alec or Justin, I'm sorry, they're already starting to put in templates. So you see how there's a home value search component. There's soon going to be like school district components, or they're building as many templates as possible where you could just click a button and it's already kind of coded and everything done for you. Now this HTML embed right there, that gives you the flexibility to do anything that you want. So if you have another, say it again.
Is that a website?
HTML is basically the code for a website. It's the best way to think about it.
So I can just, how do I get a link? How do I go to like mortgage calculator site and add it here?
So you're just going to get the HTML from it. So there's a couple different ways to do that. One is you can go into your existing website. I don't know the exact button to click, but you can then just see all of the code for that website and you'll copy and paste it.
Yeah, so if I got mymortgagecalculator.com, how would I get HTML for that to add it to my website?
There's a couple different ways. Like,
A lot of what I'm gonna be doing is taking.
so do you,
something that's,
it's another website, right?
Yeah, mortgagecalculator.org.
Yep. So what you're going to do, I don't know the exact step, but you hit like Control Shift and something, and then it'll pop up the code on the right side and you're just going to copy and paste that. So I'll Google it for you in just a second.
Would it go direct to the site?
Nope, it'll actually import that and embed it right into your website. HTML embed is embedding that code into your website.
It's not that like you're stealing somebody else's site.
That's a great question. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, right? Yeah. So now let's click this HTML embed right now. Then you can see if you click this button right here, do you see where it says create new? You'll click create new. And then there it is. So this is where you're going to paste all your raw HTML. Now I'm going to show you in a minute how to go create that or how to go build your HTML. But this is where it's going to paste, and then you're going to click publish after that. That's it. Then you'll put it into your website, and I'll show you guys how to do that next. Okay, so now let's jump over to this thing called webflow.com. This is just one of a few different sites that allow you to build the website, kind of like a Canva, right? And then all you do is click one button and it exports all that code for you, right? Now, a few other sources for you to do this or find people like this is, do you guys know Clarissa, our marketing girl? She specializes in that. So she can do that for you. If you tell her, I want a custom website, you can go to her and she'll actually build that for you. You can also go to a service like this. HTML website builder. You're going to go to like fiverr.com, type in something like this. And here are 41,000 people from around the world that would be willing to help you build your website from the ground up using HTML code. If they do it, guess what? You never have to worry about, getting another companies or having any kind of conflict there, even though I don't know what kind of conflict could come up. But if you code it on your own, there's going to be no issues there, right? So you can choose any of these people, or you can do it on your own, but it's probably not time. It's probably not worth your time to learn how to code websites just to do this one. Okay, so that's a great source. Now let's go back to Webflow, and it's actually free, which is really cool. So now I'm going to get started. I'm gonna create a free account because I could not remember my password. So create an account, create a new password. Hopefully I remember this one. And enter. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in my first and last name. And I'm gonna click continue. For myself, are you a student? I am not a student. And other. I do not want help. Okay, so once you answer those quick questions, you're then going to be redirected to the Webflow site. Once you're here, we're going to exit out of this. We don't need help. I'm just going through this so that I can show you guys base Webflow once you're in. Okay. I hate all their tutorials. Okay, so this is what it looks like, Webflow, once you get logged in. Now what you're gonna do is on the very top right, you're gonna click New Site.
Can you pick blank site or template?
Great question. I have that option here. So I can click Blank Site where I'm just starting from scratch, or you can start with a pre-done design. Now, here's what's a really cool feature about Webflow is one, you'll see they have a couple free designs ready to go. The other cool part is it's basically a marketplace. So anybody in the world can go and create a template for our website and then sell that template to anybody. So you'll see templates in here for 20 bucks, 60 bucks, 80 bucks. And those businesses will actually get paid if you buy it, their designs, and you'll get their designs. So if you want, you could even go in here and search, real estate. You can search just free designs. Let's do that for now. This one actually looks pretty good. So let's click select. Then we're going to name it. I like that name, Trevor Stellar Site. And then we're going to click create site. So now it's going to pull in that template that I had, or it'll just be a blank page, whichever option I chose. Now it's going to build this website. So look at this. This is the website. You can see if you click up here, you can see it mobile. So if somebody's on their phone, this is what it'll look like. This is kind of more for a restaurant, it looks like. But either way, this is how it would look on a tablet. And then, I'm sorry, I had it backwards. This is phone. Is that sideways on a phone? I've never seen that. Landscape mobile. This is then iPad, and then this is desktop. Okay. And then you can decide if you want different pixels. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now we can start designing this. So on the left side, if you click this little plus button, these are all of the elements that you can use to build your website. I will tell you, this gets overwhelming very quick. And that's why I recommend you hire somebody who understands and knows Webflow, because what you can do in this is basically unlimited. Anything that you can think of, this site can do for you. It's just kind of a matter of user skill, in my opinion. It would.
Clarissa knows how to do this.
Yes, she knows Figma and Webflow. Yep. I've had her design a couple websites. And so if you look on this, you can see, you can pull in different characters or boxes. You can pull in lists, link box, headers, text box, images, video, YouTube. Look at this. Annotation. So have you ever seen those websites where as you scroll, things are like moving or being animated through? It's one of my favorite things about websites. This allows you to do that, right? Form blocks, labels, text areas, radio buttons. You can have a video play in the background. Have you ever pulled up the website and there's like a video as the background playing? Love that, right? You can do that here. You can add drop downs. You can actually embed other code within this code if you wanted. So you could encode it and then take the mortgage calculator and even put that code within this code. It's really crazy what you can
That
do.
was the point of showing us this is where we will take this and put them into our custom pages.
Exactly. Yep. You could add a map, custom elements, more code blocks, grids, really whatever you want. And then let's just say that we click on one button, right? So let's click on this button. Then do you see on this right side? This right side is now all the customization we can just do to that one little button. So we can round the edges, we can change the color, we can move it, we can do basically anything that your mind can think of. This site can do it for you. It's just a matter of knowing where to move things and where to manipulate the system. And again, you could probably take a full 12 months to learn the system if you wanted.
Similar to like WordPress or W.
Very similar to WordPress. Yep. In my opinion, this is just a lot more user-friendly, especially to export the code from it. So now let me show you guys. Let's say you're happy with this website. You're like, this is amazing. I want to export this. I want this to be a new page on my website. Here's how we do it. You see this little button up here in the top right? It says export code. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And then magically, here's the code. So all you're going to do is copy this full thing. They go over here and you're going to click paste, and this will paste 500 or 1,000 or however many lines of code into that page. And that page will then now exist in command. Does that make sense? So all we did was we used Webflow to build this design. So basically all this code does, this code just tells on a computer language exactly what that page should look like. That's what the code is, right? So all you're doing is you're taking that code, you're taking the directions and the language that you built over here, and you're just telling command to show them this. Okay? And that's it.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Do you like create a mortgage calculator on this, or you would need to go somewhere else to do that if you wanted to have it?
So no, you would just need to get the code for the calculator, which
Let's figure out that.
you can just Google that. So there's a couple different options there. One is you could hire somebody to do it custom. So you go on Fiverr and hire somebody. That's going to be your most expensive way, but they could make it look and design like no other calculator in the world, right? It could be custom to you. Now, the other option would be to use the HTML that KW Command is putting out. They're building this HTML and then just giving you templates. You can use that as well. The other option.
Trevor,
Yeah.
when I hit the plus sign and I bring it down, it says that there is a template for HTML mortgage calculator there. If you just go out of that right there and just go back to the your regular page, not your HTML page, just your home page.
Oh yeah, there you go. HTML
And
mortgage.
that plus sign that you have up there, I was gonna say upstairs, the plus sign that you keep hitting for bringing down other things. No,
Yeah.
no. Yep, right there. It'll say mortgage calculator up. Boom.
Oh yeah, there it is. So there's that. There's why work with KW.
So is that mortgage calculator working right now? We can use that one if we wanted to.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
And they're gonna soon be releasing more of those.
And you can add a picture or add other stuff to this outside of just the calculator, right? On the same page or no?
So you're asking if you add this HTML calculator, can then you go in and edit it?
You customize what the page, I guess, looks like,
So
or.
this is a whole page.
Good
you have the
question.
calculator on
Yep.
it, and then you build around it to make it-
I think it's a pre-done. These are great questions, guys. I think that's a pre-done calculator, but I bet we could go take that code and then embed that in another page.
And then under edit, how do you pull that code? Is that how you do that? You hit that edit thing, will that pull that code for you? Or how do you pull the actual code?
How do you pull the code of this? That's a great question.
Not that, I mean, I don't even know like anything, so I don't even know why I'm at, like, I'm.
No, you're good. We're all learning this together, trust me. How do we get this HTML? I'm not sure.
What does that edit button do? The edit, little pencil,
This one?
anything?
Oh, it shows.
There you go. So you could take this code and then go copy and paste that into another page.
So
Does that make sense?
Can we take that code and put it like in a newsletter that we email out and they click on it, they'll end up in our website?
Let me think about that. Can you put that directly? What you could do is create that as a page on your website, and then in your newsletter, just create a button that goes to that page. Yep. Yep,
Right.
great question. Everybody get that?
Can you show me how they just did the mortgage calculator? For some reason I'm not.
Yeah, of course. Let's start back at the beginning from that. We'll just start so click this little plus button right here. And I think you just click this right here. Template HTML mortgage calculator. Click that. It gives you the page name, mortgage calculator, internal name, mortgage calculator. And then, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Here's how you can then customize it. You can add more modules to it. So this is the HTML code right here. Then there's actually, it automatically adds a contact form right below it. And then if you want, you can even add another module right below. So if you wanted to embed more HTML below that, that's how you do it. And if you wanted, you could even embed that HTML and then move it to the top as well. So move that around.
And when it says hide
Yep.
page and navigation, don't want to hide it, right?
You ideally wouldn't want to hide it, but I'm gonna also show you in just a minute how to custom set your navigation. But yeah, you wouldn't want to hide it unless you just didn't want it on your website, only maybe through email or
So
something.
right now, this is good to go, like, we just hit publish, it'll automatically add.
Yeah, I already checked, it's there. It's under more on the website.
And I can show you how to change that too. You can put it wherever you want. In the header. Should specify. Okay, yeah, so we'll go ahead and publish this. Right, yeah, and then if we click more, there it is, mortgage calculator. Now, let's say that you wanted it in one of these, right? Instead of about me search, maybe you wanted mortgage calculator right there. I'm gonna show you how to do that here in just a minute. Before we do that though, what other questions do you guys have on creating custom pages?
Oh, that's it. And then use on the left,
Say that again?
your website.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have that.
A lot of people have it up here, right? I don't know why mine's different.
I gotta guess it like it's easier to find.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I wish mine were up here. I gotta figure out how to do that. I don't know.
So where would that mortgage calculator show up?
So it'll be under the more tab.
Yeah, I would, on the one, on the right.
You can put it right on.
Interesting.
More.
Yep. Yep, you can put it right in the navigation instead of doing more. We're gonna get into that in just a second. Any other questions on custom pages? Before I go, let me show you kind of just some of the options of custom pages. I know, I understand these less. So I know the HTML, here's the home value components, iframe. If you use things like rich text module, I have no idea what rich text is. It's a form of like HTML. You can use all of that as well, but I know how to build through the HTML mainly. Okay. Okay, I think that's it, other than the navigation. So let's officially dive into that. So what we're gonna do is first, you want to open up another page, just a blank page somewhere, because we want to use this as kind of our guide to build our website first. So what you're gonna wanna do here is decide what you want in your navigation first. So for example, currently it just says, what, about me, search properties, blog, and more. So let's say I want to do about me, but instead of search properties, let's say I want to do, we'll do mortgage calculator. Calculator. Perfect. And then what else? What else do we want to do? Download my app. Okay, so let's say those are the three that we want, and then we can still have a more tab, and that can then have it's infinite, you want it in there as well. Okay, now what you want to do is before we do this, you want to go get these URLs that you'll use. You want to do all of this before you actually create your navigation. Because it's hard to link. That. Okay, so about me. Once it goes there, we're then going to take this URL. Okay, so there's that URL. We're going to copy it, and then we're going to paste that under about me in this page. You guys see that? Now I'm going to go find the mortgage calculator, and I'm going to do the same thing with that. I'm going to go to more, go to mortgage calculator, and then I'm going to take this link, copy, and then I'm going to paste that under mortgage calculator, go. Now, the last one is download my app, which you can actually get from the consumer page right here. You go there, then you can copy this link right there. There it is, app URL settings. Now we're going to take that and we're going to put that right in, download my app. Cool. So now we have the 3 new titles and the 3 new links of what we actually want in our navigation ready to go. Now here's how we change it. There is a video online on how to do this. So it's very complicated. I had to watch the video over like 4 times to actually see all the steps and go through it. So I'm going to go through it fairly quickly. You probably won't get it, but I will show you guys the video so then you can actually follow the video as you do it if you do it in the future. Okay. So let's now go back to this page. Back to this page, and then we're going to click the hamburger bar in the top left, and then we're going to click organization site. Right. Now we're going to scroll down till we see right here. Do you see where it says custom org site navigation provider? Wait, no, I'm sorry. It's this one. It's this one right here. It's one in the box. This is why I had to watch it a few times over. You go to navigation, and then these are some of the default navigations. What you want to do is click create new at the very top. So again, I went to site, organization site. I scrolled all the way down to the very bottom, and then under navigation, I clicked required, and then I clicked create new. So now what I'm doing is I'm now creating a new navigation. So we want an internal name. This is just internal, so you can name it whatever you want. No customers will see it. Then you're going to click where it says add item. Once you do that, social would be for obviously social media. You're going to want to click simple navigation item. Go ahead and click that. Then under this, you're going to put the text. So whatever the text of the page would be, this would be about me. You don't have to add a description. Under link, you're going to change this to external link. And then you're going to paste that URL right there. That's why we pre-got those URLs. So now we're going to go back here. Take this. It definitely is complicated. That's why a good video walk you through this is very helpful. So you're going to paste this right here. And that's it. Now we're good. Now we can hit publish that. And now it's added the newest navigation item as an about me. Okay. Now we're going to add number 2. We want that to be under text, mortgage calculator.
Should I be doing this if it's already showing up on the bar for me?
You can, but it's up to you if you just want to watch or follow along.
No, I mean, is it
So,
gonna be doing
yeah.
the same thing that's already there?
I don't understand why you're doing this, if it's already
Yeah.
on your navigation.
So about me is, but mortgage calculator is not. So what I'm doing is number 2 is search properties. I'm making this mortgage calculator. You can make these whatever you want.
But you already had mortgage calculator on your board.
Right. But this won't be under more anymore. It'll be right here.
It will move from the new section.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a brand new navigation. It doesn't have to be about me or mortgage properties. You could say my Zillow profile and link to your Zillow profile. You could say, check out this cool story, and then it links to that story. It can go anywhere, not just within your website either. It can link anywhere. Exactly. Yep, if you want to change what this navigation bar says, which I think your guys' is up here, this is how you're doing it. Thanks for the clarification there. So we're going to put mortgage calculator here. Then we're going to go back. We're going to get this link, copy, and then we're going to paste it. Got lost right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to do. You want to put this to external link, and then you're going to put the link right here. Paste. Then you're going to publish again. So now you can see the second one is now mortgage calculator. Then I can add a third one. What was the third one? Download my app. So this is one that's not even an option currently. So now we can go back here. The third one can then be download my app. We're going to do an external link, and then we're going to paste the URL right here. Then publish. So now we have the new navigation. Now, the other cool thing is you can add a more in here as well. How you do that is you're going to add another one, simple navigation. But on this time, you see right here where it says navigation link. This is the complicated part, like it hasn't been already, right? You're going to go to navigation text. that means that top bar isn't going to be a link, because you see how the more, if you click on it, isn't really a link, it just opens up the other pages. So if you want navigation text, do that, and then this text right here is going to be where you could put more, or you could change it to menu. So instead of more, if you wanted menu, you could do that as well, but more seems to apply a little bit more there. Then you can publish that, and then under the simple navigation, you can then click sub navigation. Now, this would then allow you to add pages under the more tab. So you can add as many as you wanted under the more tab. Does that make sense?
Yeah, how do you activate the movement navigation?
A great question. So that's what we're gonna get into next. So now we're gonna publish this. There's some errors because I didn't finish that. I'm just gonna delete it and publish it. Okay, cool. So there we go. So now we got our new navigation. I published it one more time just to make sure it's taken. You can see that it's published there. So now I know I'm good. Now we're gonna click back. Or technically you could just go back to site organization or organization site. And then what you're gonna do is under navigation, you're gonna click, do you see it? Remember how we named it newest nav? There it is. This is the navigation we just created. Does that make sense? Now we're gonna click new nav. All you have to do is click this save button. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyways, even if it messes up my website. Let's do it. Let's have fun. Okay, so now it might take a second to load. Let's see. Nope, it's already there. So there's About Me, Mortgage Calculator, and download my app, ready to go. So you can make that navigation whatever you want. So now you can create custom blogs, create featured testimonials, and create custom pages to have whatever you want, and then you can decide exactly where those pages are. The only thing you can't make 100% custom is your homepage. Your homepage is limited within those 4 modules. Now, eventually they're gonna come where you can rebuild your homepage from an HTML, but as of right now, you can do pretty much anything with this website as a regular coded website. So, what questions do you guys have? What question?
He's just overwhelmed. I mean, it's cool, but I'm just totally overwhelmed.
Yeah, I love it. That's what you're saying, but I.
Go back over that.
Yeah, I think they did a good job making it pretty intuitive. You just click the, you just drop down and then you just choose your options.
They have all the functionality in there. I could say their usability could be a lot better, but they at least have the functionality. Bless you. They at least have all the functionality in there. It's not necessarily the easiest, but you can do anything that you want with that once you learn it. I will say, once you spend like even 2 hours in there messing around and kind of playing with it a little bit, it gets a lot easier.
Here's the
But
walkthrough videos for it.
great question. Let me show you those. So they're right on YouTube. So you're gonna type in KW command, website, navigation bar. I don't remember the exact title of it, but I'll show you which one it is. It's this guy right here. So it's KW Tech with Mike. In the web, and the thing is create a custom menu bar on your KW website. That's how you change the website navigation, not create the custom pages, just do that navigation. This will walk you through step by step, because that is kind of a complicated process. It gets a lot easier once you've gone through it a couple times, but the first time there's just a lot of buttons and clicking and things to mess up, really. So
It's fun. Fun part.
yeah,
You did that a little. Could you go back to
Yes,
that, or go back to that page, the YouTube, please?
oh, go back to YouTube. Sorry, I deleted it. Hold on.
Sure.
No problem. Thank you guys. Oops, clicked on this one. Website. There we go. And then it's this one right here. Tech with Mike. And the view is create a custom menu bar on your KW agent site.
Well, Scott Leroy.
Not sure if Scott Leroy has a video out about that. As far as I know, he's the only guy with a video out on how to do that.
Quick question, like, just when we were playing around with it and.
Yeah.
Page for featured properties by. selected things, and now only like vacant land is showing up, but I have other things checked. Do you just not have anything checked filtered in there?
Yeah, if you don't have anything filtered, it'll just come up like, you know, there's like a couple hundred new listings, so every time you refresh, it'll kind of be something new. What I would do is then go in there and just check houses or condos, that way it'll take off all the vacant land. Because if you don't filter by what you want, it'll just throw everything in there.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Right,
the-
Yeah.
the neighborhoods, I'm looking at my thing and it's showing all those neighborhoods on my website.
Yep.
which I put on here not to show it, so I can't get back in, I can't figure out how to get back to.
what I would do, so you're gonna go to the consumer tab in command, bottom left corner. And then if you scroll down just a little bit under preferences. Maybe you didn't save it, would be my only thought. Is you have to disable it and then save it.
Display neighborhoods on my agent site, it's disabled, and I save changes,
But it's still showing up.
yeah.
Give it maybe like 5
When it
minutes.
says 24, which might take 24 hours, some of the stuff. Took only a
Yeah,
couple of
some of
minutes.
it's instant, some of it takes, you know, a little bit of time. I'm not sure why, the
'Cause I-
difference there, but
That's very busy, that's just,
yeah.
Is that one for again? The neighborhood?
what's that?
Under consumer tab. So if you go to the consumer tab and scroll down to preferences, this is where you can see the displayed neighborhoods.
Great stuff, Trevor. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for coming.
Can you
Any of,
the link, like if you say you did like, no, my house is for 250, to put that on social media, you know, for.
100%.
And people click it.
100%, let's do that. So the question for everybody online is, how do I save a link that says like all the homes in Novi under 200,000? So what we're gonna do, because that's a great ad to run, right? Or put on social media organically. So what you're gonna do, yep, you go into your website and then you're gonna search for first the city or area that you want. Once you do that, give it just a minute, it'll pop up 101 results here in Novi. You're then gonna click filter, and then we wanna filter by max price, 200,000, and show the 12 results. So there's 12 homes in Novi under 200,000. And then you could decide if there's any other way that you want to filter it. But if you just want this, homes in Novi under 200, you're then just going to take this URL right here.
It is just that.
Copy that, yep. And
Why
then
is that
he-
working, right?
here's what you want to do to test it is then delete that, open up a brand new tab, and then paste it. And go, and then you want to make sure that it goes back exactly to where you want. And there it is, Novi under 200,000. So here's the other cool part is if you wanted to even put that in your navigation, in your website, your thing could be Novi under 200,000 or however you want to do it. And that could be an actual page in your website.
So when they start to look at it, they can only look at a couple houses, so they put it in full this route.
Well, I have mine unrestricted, so it depends on what you set yours up.
In the info.
It depends. I'm always a person that's very against that, just because all they have to do is click in 3 words and then they're on Zillow and then they have access to it. So I would rather them stay on my website and I don't get their information than they go to Zillow and use another agent. Because,
I've had a lot of success with it.
yeah, it's completely up to you then. If you have, then definitely keep it.
I just noticed when I was just playing with it now, like
Yeah.
the home value, they ask you to enter your information right away.
Yep,
So is this something they add, although I haven't unrestricted? So is this like something they have it with their template, like they created?
yep, they've created that template. And so basically then from there, you just got to get them the home value. I think it's very manual. All right, what other questions do you guys have? Anything online?
Thanks so much, Trevor.
No, just totally confused. We'll watch the video. I'm kidding. No, thank you. It was useful to see
Trevor.
the first time.
Sorry, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
On your site, to the left of your name where it says KW and then you have the little hamburger bar, I don't have that little hamburger spot. It just says my name and then, the Keller Williams piece, but how do I get that there?
I guess I should ask, when you click on, yours are probably up here then, right?
On the right, on the top right.
Yeah, ours are on the
Yes.
spread out
Yes.
across, right?
Yeah, I don't know why my website is different. The only thing is, I'm a labs advisor, so sometimes I get like features of command different from everybody else. And I
Got
think
it.
that's,
Oh, so you didn't set that up, because I was gonna ask you about that, because I think that's just a cleaner look, and more people are used to having that, going to a hamburger and just doing that as a drop-down menu as opposed to
right,
having clutter across the top, because right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have across the top of mine in the upper right, and it's, just clutter.
right. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
No problem.
Like review or anything you can do.
Nope. Nope. I have another class on, what I think, the next team meeting day is when the sellers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions?
Oh, thank you very much for this. I appreciate your time to help us out with this.
Of course, no problem. Was there another question online that I missed? Thought I heard somebody talking, but maybe I didn't.
Well, how do you believe something? You publish it and then want to take off?
Good question. What, anything in particular?
I have 2 mortgage calculators on it.
That's a great question. So under more, what you would want to do there is go into site organization. You'll then want to go into, like if I go to newest nav, you'll want to go into that. And then click this little edit button, which will take you in there. And then that will give you this navigation bar. Which if you have 2 mortgage calculators, you'll just click this little minus button right there and that'll delete one of them.
Oh, yeah, dude, I wasn't the deal maker.
They'll give you the option to edit.
Okay, so you're in organization site. And then you scroll all the way down here to newest nav and there's not this little pencil right there. I know it's gonna. Right here next to the,
Yes.
I know it's kind of hidden.
When I go to the website, it shows both of them on there, but on here, it just has one. Or it did, maybe updated. Couple minutes.
You want to change it for now or change it? I would use this just for now, once you build out the custom pages. Yeah, there's some. Yes. This is the training.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
And I'm like, I already had to see, hey, I had to work around. Wow.
You mentioned the HTML.
Yeah.
You, say to my GoDaddy, you just take the HTML, GoDaddy, put it into the,
So I'm not sure you might be able to.
Cause I know I already had,
Anywhere that you can build HTML and export it, you can take that, yeah.
just same thing, copy paste.
There's other sites where you can build HTML. Webflow is just the most complete comprehensive
Yeah.
version of it. You can do it other, paid versions, there's other, stuff like I think GoDaddy even has a similar.
Yeah, because I thought that usually I kind of figure out how to use that. It's
Yeah.
almost the same as Webflow, but it's just the HTML is in the spot.
Yeah, anywhere where you have HTML and use it, yeah. I don't, like they were mentioning about, I don't know if there's any kind of like copyright or anything, but if it's from GoDaddy and it's for you.
Yeah.
You'd be perfect to go.
Thanks, Trevor.
Did that help though?
Yeah.
Is that at least back to normal for now? Yours seems like completely different from mine. And you should still have complete functionality as far as, building all the custom pages and everything. Your navigation just seems a little bit weird.